Hey guys, Kevin McKillop here from freedomtarget.com. I put this quick video together to show you how to use Amazon S3, Amazon Cloudfront, and S3 Fox to use those to distribute your videos. A lot of people ask questions about how to use them, why to use them, and get a little confused with a lot of pieces to it, but it really is one of the best ways to get the fastest video streaming you possibly can anywhere in the planet. So I'll show you a little bit about what Amazon S3 is and what Cloudfront is, and then show you how to set them up. So Amazon S3 is an online storage service for the most of it. It's a simple storage service, what Amazon S3 stands for. So Amazon S3, you could upload your videos to Amazon or you could upload them to your own web host. Now the difference between the two is there's a couple of things. Certainly your web host, most likely you're using a shared hosting account. So that means there's the hardware that you're using is being used by other people on their other websites. So the throughput might be used up, not as fast, meaning your download speeds. You could also be limited in the amount of information that you're allowed to transmit on a month-to-month basis. So Amazon simply just it's just a massive service and much more scalable than likely your shared hosting is. So it's very easy to upload information to Amazon S3. You could use a simple Firefox plugin called S3 Fox. If you want to find some other ones, just Google Amazon S3 client, something like that, and you'll find a whole pile of Windows clients, of Mac clients, Linux, whatever your flavor is, to be able to upload and manage files, similar to something like FTP. So what we want to do though is we want to make our videos available to people as fast as possible. We want the highest transfer rate that we're going to get, really, no matter where somebody's making that request from. So typically companies like that that want that sort of service, bigger companies back in the day would incorporate and use a content distribution network, or what you call CDN. So Cloudfront, if you've heard the name, is another service from Amazon, which is a content distribution network. Now, a lot of big websites all use content distribution networks to speed up their sites and their media delivery. Mashable, which is a huge one, is definitely one that uses a content distribution network. So what a content distribution network is it's got servers and services in a number of different places. So for example, Cloudfront has got servers in Asia, there are servers in Europe, and there are also servers in North America. So what happens with Cloudfront is that Cloudfront ties into Amazon S3. So Amazon S3 is a single location, kind of like a storage service or cloud. And then what happens is that information can then be, if you set up a Cloudfront distribution, that information gets copied from Amazon to the Cloudfront distribution network. So imagine that your videos, now you've uploaded them to Amazon, those will automatically be copied to Asia, to Europe, and to North America, to every single one of those locations. And now when your clients make requests to see your information, they want to get your videos, well, the URL that you give them is a URL to your content, your Cloudfront distribution. So they go and make a request to your Cloudfront distribution, and that will get routed to the closest location to them. So now if I happen to have somebody wanting to watch some of my videos and they're in London, well, they're going to go and they're going to get the video from London. They're not going to get the video from my web host that might be in Canada or might be in the United States. It's always going to be the fastest, and then the throughput that these distribution networks has is it's huge. So this is the fastest way possible to get your videos to people with no stuttering, buffering, that type of thing. And it's all on demand. It's all pay as you go. This is the kind of stuff, the technology that big companies had to pay thousands for. They'd have to sign contracts, and it was very, very expensive. But Amazon has brought this to a simple level and made it very easy for anybody to sign up, pay as you go. You can cancel at any time, and you can make use of the power of a content distribution network. If you don't already have an Amazon Web Services account, head on over to aws.amazon.com and you'll see the button here. You can sign up and create a new Amazon Web Services account. Once you've created an account, then you can start using and subscribing to their services. So one of the first services we're going to talk about is we're going to go to Products, and I'm going to select over here the Amazon Simple Storage Service, Amazon S3. So you're going to click on that, and right here just go sign up for Amazon S3. You're not going to be charged any money unless you actually store data and transfer data back and forth. So there's no contracts, there's no monthly commitments, it's just simply pay as you go. Once you go through the sign up process and do the sign up for Amazon S3, you're going to have access to the Amazon Web Services Management Console. So you'll see this link up here at the top. So I'm going to log in now. So once you've gone through the setup procedure, it's going to, personal details. You're going to have to give in some credit card information so that when you do use it, they can charge you. So go log into the management console. So it's going to look something like this. Might look a little bit different, but we're going to get to the very first piece here. So you'll notice on the left-hand side, I have a tab here called Amazon S3. And you can have a number of buckets. Now, buckets are the term that Amazon uses for, if you want to use it, it could be a folder name, a directory, whatever you want to call it. And you can have as many buckets as you like, or you can create subfolders within each one of these buckets. So you're not going to have any. So I'm just going to go create a new bucket, and you got to give it a name. So sample, let's go, Kevin Sample. And you can pick a region. Now the region isn't terribly important, but I would pick a region that simply is closest to you if you can. So I'm just going to go US standard, and I'm going to click create. I'm not doing any logging. I have to pay for logging, and I'm really not interested. So now I've got my bucket created. And what I can do now is I can create folders, right? I could just make a new folder, test folder. So now I've got a folder in there. I can go into that folder. Right, I could go back to the root folder. I can also upload information. I can upload files now, so I can add files. Now I'm not going to use this to add files. I'm going to show you an easier way. So that's it. That is how you set up Amazon S3. That's how I've enabled my account. We're going to get to the part about how we upload files and how we get to use the service so that we can distribute our videos using Amazon S3. Now we'll start right back at the home again, and you've got your S3 set up, and now we want to use Amazon Cloudfront. Cloudfront is the distribution piece to Amazon S3. So we don't need Cloudfront, but if you want the most optimal speed and distribution for your videos, which is what a lot of people do, they use Cloudfront in combination with Amazon S3. So go over to Products. We're going to go down to Content Delivery. Click on Amazon Cloudfront, and I want you to go and sign up for Amazon Cloudfront, fill in your details, etc., enable that. And again, once we go through and you've enabled Cloudfront on your account, we're going to go into the Amazon Web Services Management Console. And it looks very similar to what you just saw when you're doing the Amazon S3, but you'll see a tab over here called Amazon Cloudfront. So I'm going to click on Amazon Cloudfront. And now what you have is you create what they call a distribution. Now a distribution is a name or a configuration that links the Cloudfront to a source location for your video files or for anything really. So we just created an S3 bucket. So I'm going to go create a distribution. And I'm going to use a delivery method. It's going to be downloading. The bucket I'm going to use, here's the S3 bucket I just used, Kevin Sample. And I hit create. And that's all I have to do. And there is my new bucket up at the top here. So what'll happen now is any information that I upload to my Amazon S3 bucket, Kevin Sample, will automatically be included as part of this particular distribution. So that's wonderful. So I've got all the main pieces set up, and now you're not going to come into this very often anymore. If you need to make more buckets or if you need to create new distributions, you can do that through this console. Now from day-to-day stuff, we're going to use a different tool. So for day-to-day usage of your Amazon S3 and Cloudfront, I highly recommend you use a Firefox plugin called S3 Fox. So if you go to Firefox, whether you're using Mac or you're using Windows, go and find the add-on. It's called S3 Fox. And once you've got it enabled, you'll see down here in your bottom bar, you'll see S3 Fox. When you click on it, it opens up your S3 Fox organizer. So what's going to happen is you're not going to have an account set up yet. So what you need to create, go to manage accounts, and you're going to have you give an account a name, and then you're going to need your access key and your secret key. Now in order to get those, you're going to go back to Amazon, log into your account, and you should see under click on account, you're going to go security credentials. Right, so you get into your security credentials. When you scroll down, you'll see click on, there's your access credentials. So there's your access code, and then you'll also see a section for your secret access key. So there's your access key and then your secret access key. So you're going to take these two values and you're going to put them back in S3 Fox. So manage accounts, copy and paste your access key and your secret key and hit close, and you should pull up now. You should see your one bucket, right? There's my sample bucket, Kevin Sample. So now that I've got my credentials in S3 Fox, I'm going to go into my sample bucket that I created as part of this video, and I've got a test folder. So it doesn't matter whether I could upload some content here or I could put it in test folder. So I'm just going to go ahead and upload a quick video. So I'm just going to drag it off my desktop, and it has now started processing and uploading the video. So my video is complete. Now I'm going to go, so right now I'm looking at my transfer view, so I'm going to go back to my remote view, and now I can see that I've got my video here. So I'm going to right click on my video, and I'm going to hit Edit ACL. The reason I'm doing that is the default permissions is going to say that nobody's going to be able to access this from the internet without having some sort of authorization, and that's not what we want. I just want to be able to put this URL in and allow people to download my video. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to make a check mark there. So as long as it says everyone to read, I click OK. So that's done, and now I right click again and I go copy distribution URLs, and look what you have right there. It's automatically given you the Cloudfront URL to your video. So you uploaded this. So step one was we created the Amazon bucket. Step two was we linked that particular Amazon bucket to a Cloudfront distribution. And now we've got S3 Fox showing us the distribution URL from Cloudfront. So I just take that URL, and you could paste that into Easy Video Player. You could put it into essentially any video player. You can even post that into a page and put it just as a link, right? So if I just put it in my browser and I hit enter, it pops up and says, hey, I would like to download it. And now I have got my videos hosted on a global-wide content delivery network, and you should have never any problems getting your videos delivered fast.